Good morning. It is Sunday, June the 2nd, 2019. It is 8:10 in the morning. It has literally been since May the 6th since I've flown last. It's just weather has been horrible. Life has gotten in the way. And on May the 6th, I went up with the instructor for 2 hours and did approaches and all the rest of that. Maybe we'll talk about that on the way down. Anyway, so we're up to snuff here. Just getting ready to pull the ATIS. We'll taxi out. I'm trying a different camera setup. I'm going to switch this one. I'm going to turn it around and look out the wing, down the wing, and a little bit forward. Just like, you know, if you're sitting in the seat, kind of what you can see by turning your head. I'm just going to try it. Anyway, let's enjoy the flight. I'm going to get the ATIS. I'm going to turn this one around. Is that recording? That is. Okay, here we go. Now hopefully that stays. We'll see. Alright. So, we need the ATIS.
Quad City Airport Information Lima, 1252 Zulu observation. Wind 350 at 9R, visibility 10, clear below 12,000. Temperature 18, dew point 10, altimeter 29er, 9R5. Visual approaching east, landing and departing runway 27. That is to airmen. The following taxiways are closed. Taxiway Hotel 2, Taxiway Hotel between Hotel 1 and Hotel 3, Taxiway Foxtrot 1, and Taxiway Mike. Advise on initial contact, give information Lima.
Okay, we have Lima. Let's get that wind one more time.
Quad City Airport Information Lima, 1252 Zulu observation. Wind 350 at 9R, visibility 10, clear below 12,000. Temperature 18, dew point 10, altimeter 29er.
Alright. So 350 at 9 off 27 is going to be a 9 knot crosswind. Okay, not a biggie. We got the ATIS, we got it. 124. 05.
The Cardinal 30853, we're at the South Tees. We got Lima. We're going to be heading to Rathburn Lake, which is just about 10 miles southwest of Albia, which is 4 Charlie 8.
Wait for them to be done talking.
Cardinal 853, roger. You want to flight following the whole way, right?
If we could, that'd be appreciated, but not necessary.
We're going to Quincy.
Cardinal 853, what's your requested altitude?
6,500.
Cardinal 853, roger, sorry about the headache this morning. Maintain VFR on departure at or below 4,000. Departure frequency 133.27 and squawk 5317.
Maintain VFR at or below 4,000, departure frequency 133.27, squawk 5317, Cardinal 853.
Cardinal 853, read back correct.
Quad City clearance delivery, Comanche 6928 Papa at the T's with Lima.
Comanche 6928 Papa, good morning. Quad City clearance delivery.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. VFR to Quincy for breakfast, 4,500, please.
Cardinal 853, runway 27 at November, taxi via Kilo Golf November, cross runway 31.
Well, Clarice, we're waiting.
Comanche 6928 Papa, maintain VFR at or below 4,000 on departure. Departure frequency 133.27, squawk 6253.
At below 4, 133.27, 6253 for 6928 Papa.
Comanche 28 Papa, read back correct.
Excellent.
Comanche 28 Papa, actually verify 6253 for the squawk.
6253 is correct, ma'am, yep.
Roger, thanks.
133.27, we'll get that in here. We got tower in. We got to get ground in. Come on, sticky. There we go. Alright, back to our checklist. GPS is set, transponder is set, lights, gyro is correct, comm radios are set, nav radios are set, airspeed, altimeter is correct, flaps are up, trim is set, landing gear indicator is green, all cylinders look good, are firing on the thing. Let's check the brakes. Brakes are good. Call for taxi. Quad City Ground, good morning. Comanche 6928 Papa at the South Tees, looking for permission to taxi to the active.
Comanche 6928 Papa, runway 27 at November, taxi via Kilo Golf November, cross runway 31.
Kilo Golf November, clear to cross 31, 6928 Papa.
And Comanche 28 Papa, I might have missed it. Did you say you have information, Lima?
Yes, ma'am, I do have Lima.
Roger.
Okay, we're taxiing. Okay, I see the Cardinal. So I hope everybody's had a good month of May. Like I said, around here every weekend was rain. We've had rain. The Mississippi's way up out of its banks. It busted into Davenport. Davenport, Iowa does not have a levee. I don't know why. They just don't. It is a beautiful riverfront when the river doesn't flood. But every year, of course, that river comes up. And they fight it. You know, they have portable HESCO barriers and stuff like that they build a temporary levee every year. And this year, one of them failed. And the downtown just got blasted. Moline and Rock Island, which sit on the Illinois side of the river, they have levees, of course, they're fine. But Davenport, they fight it, and they've talked about it every year, and they don't want to give up that riverfront. So...
Quad City's ground, King Air 100 Bravo Zulu is at Elliott with Lima going to Clinton.
King Air to Clinton. So anyway, they're fighting it.
King Air 100 Bravo Zulu, Quad City clearance, good morning, maintain vehicle below 4,000, departure frequency 125.905, squawk 0366.
Below 4,000 and 2595, 0366, 0 Bravo Zulu.
King Air 0 Bravo Zulu, read back correct.
As you guys can see, that King Air, I almost think he should probably go first, because he doesn't have to do a run-up and all the rest of that like we do. I feel sorry for him. He's sitting there burning Jet A, and a lot of it. Anyway. So, like I said, it's just been a miserable experience. We've had rain. I got a valley behind my house I haven't mowed for over a month. And because it's just mud. Yeah, I'd go down there and get the mower stuck. So, yeah, it's been fun. Today I woke up and looked at the weather. I looked at it yesterday and said, oh, I might be able to go, And sure enough, woke up this morning and looked good. I said, look, we'll do a quick flight. Got to do something to get a flying fix in. All right, here we go. Left on Golf.
And King Air 0, Bravo Zulu is Elliott, ramp, taxi with Zulu. With Lima, sorry.
King Air 100, Bravo Zulu, Quad City ground, runway 31 at Kilo 12, taxi via Kilo.
Runway 31 at Kilo 12, taxi via Kilo 0, Bravo Zulu.
We were cleared across.
King Air 0, Bravo Zulu, what was your requested via for altitude to Clinton?
We'll just go 3,500.
We were cleared across. 3113. There's just some buzzards off the end. I don't see anything. But we're in no hurry today. This afternoon is just going to be some running around. Yeah, last weekend, my oldest graduated high school, so we had that going on. Gonna pull up here a little bit so we don't catch all his blast. Alright, brake set. Get back over to our checklist here. Brake set, doors and windows closed and locked. Flight controls free. Correct. Flight instruments. Let's see, we're gonna go off 27. It's gonna give us a left-hand turn to like 230 or something. We're gonna get it close to there. Make sure we're gonna leave it lean, throttle 1500 RPM. I did bring along a couple questions. All looks good. 2. Lever clear. Good morning, Quad City Tower, Comanche 6928 Papa behind the Cardinal at November 27. We're ready to go, ma'am.
Comanche 6928 Papa, good morning, Quad City Tower. I haven't heard from the Cardinal yet. Did you want to take 3-1?
No, ma'am, we're fine. He'll be done. He's just finishing his run-up.
Roger.
Alright, so we got left is gas. And we're waiting on this Cardinal here in front of us.
Tower King Air 100 Bravo Zulu is holding short, Kilo 12 ready.
Okay, so that King Air is going to go off
100 Bravo Zulu, good morning, Quad City Tower, fly runway heading, runway 31 at Kilo 12, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading and clear for takeoff, 0 Bravo Zulu.
Wind 350 at 13.
Quad City Tower, Cardinal 30853, holding short runway 27 at November, ready to depart.
Cardinal 30853, Quad City Tower, good morning, roger, hold short, runway 27 at November, traffic departing runway 31.
Hold short 27, Cardinal 853.
So we're going to have a bit of a crosswind. Actually, it's going to be all of, 10, 12 knots. We'll need a lot of crosswind correction in. We'll work our rudders to keep us on center line.
Cardinal 853, since I didn't have an identifier for the actual destination, I just put your flight following into 4 Charlie 8. Is that all right?
Yep, that's fine. We'll be right in that area.
Cardinal 853, roger, and you can turn left on course to 4 Charlie 8, runway 27 at November, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, turn on course to 4 Charlie 8, Cardinal 853, thank you.
Wind 350 at 12.
Alright, folks. We're next.
King Air 0 Bravo Zulu, contact departure, have a good day.
0 Bravo Zulu, go departure.
Okay, we got to get fuel left, or get gas left.
Quad City Tower, good morning. Flexjet 422 is with you for the visual to runway 27.
Flexjet 422, good morning, Quad City Tower, runway 27, clear to land, wind 350 at 11.
Clear to land 27, Flexjet 422.
That left is fuel. Well, this is taking an exorbitant amount of time.
Comanche 28 Papa, turn left heading 230, runway 27 at November, clear for takeoff.
Left 230, 27 at November, cleared for takeoff. 6928 Papa.
And Comanche 28 Papa, the Cardinal, he's going to be about a 250 heading.
Roger, I'm going to be about 200.
Roger. Cardinal 853, check your transponder.
Okay, let's get our crosswind correction in.
Tower, Cardinal 853, we do have 5317 set in the transponder.
Which means it's not
Cardinal 853,
squawking,
Roger,
bud.
can you just recycle it? I'm only showing a primary right now.
Roger.
On the power. That's full power.
Quad
70.
City Tower, Cardinal 853, you seeing anything?
There's 80.
Still a primary for right now.
A little bit of a crosswind there. Get it in, center the rudder. Gear coming up. Miles an hour. Let's go ahead and get into a cruise climb.
Cardinal 853, contact departure.
Contact departure, Cardinal 853, thank you.
Gears up, flaps are up. Pressures and temperatures look good. A little bit of nose down. I still got eyes on that Cardinal. Where's he at? No, I don't. There's 1,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn though. There he is. Oh, yeah, we're way up.
Comanche 28 Papa, contact departure. Have a good day.
28 Papa, going to departure.
Okay, 230.
Morning, Quad City departure. Comanche 6928 Papa, heading 230, climbing through 1,300.
Comanche 6928 Papa, Quad City departure, radar contact, climb to VFR requested altitude and proceed on course Quincy.
Turning on course Quincy, climbing to 4,500, 28 Papa.
Pull up. Up.
Cardinal 30853, and I know Tower informed me, but still not receiving your transponder.
Roger, yeah, I tried recycling it a couple times here. I did have this issue one time before, and it seemed to come back in a little bit later, but anything else you'd like me to do?
If really not too familiar with the transponder and the Cardinal, so I'm not sure.
Whee! It's bumpy.
Stinger 100 Bravo Zulu, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, squawk VFR, and there's traffic 5 miles southeast of the Clinton Airport at 3,600 maneuvering.
Make sure we can see him. Cylinder head temps, everything's looking good. We can go ahead and bring that fuel boost pump off. And let's back it down 2,500 RPM. Fuel pressure's holding. There's 2,000.
Skyhawk 64814. Are you over your photo site now?
$1,800. So that was a decent crosswind takeoff. You know, we had 11, 13 knots, almost at 90 degrees, so that's all of a crosswind. And, you know, a Piper Comanche is really just a good crosswind airplane. I have rarely had a problem with crosswinds in this thing. Now, I think I mentioned before in one of the videos, 3,500 for 4,500. I think I'd mentioned in one of the videos that a couple years ago at a Piper Comanche training thing that we did in Rockford when Heritage was there.
Report when you're reaching 6,500.
It was 32 knots, 45, 50 degrees right to left. Now, I did carry extra speed. I came in at 90 miles an hour or so. But, you know, I got a ton of runway, so that was fine. And, but she just, plenty of rudder. You know, I mean, I think I had some rudder left over. I don't know for certain, but because things were happening pretty quick and I was sweating buckets. But it went right in there and she sat right down. I really cannot complain about the performance in crosswinds. And I think a lot of it's psychological, 4,200 for 4,500, because a high-wing Cessna, the landing gear is narrow, so you get into some wind when you're sitting on the ground and the plane will wiggle, and you feel like the wind is harder than it really is, you know. And it's just like I think it's just psychological, because it's a good crosswind airplane too. I mean, it is. I think it just feels it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and level the nose. Start picking up some speed here.
Quad City departure, Cardinal 30853. Is it okay if we change our cruise altitude to 4,500?
Cardinal 30853, affirmative, and report when you're reaching 4,500.
Roger, roll forward 4,500, Cardinal 853.
Must be bumpier down low. Alright, let's dial in a little. Take out a little bit of nose up trim here. today. We are going to go 70%. Pressure altitude is 4,500 feet. $23.1, 2250.
Quincy departure, Cardinal 30853 at 4,500.
Cardinal 30853, thank you, and the Quad City altimeter 29906.
Altimeter 29906, Cardinal
3.1. 2250 on the RPM. Excellent. Go ahead and lean it out here. And now that we got this accurate, we're going to go 15 gallons an hour on the meter instead of 14 like we were doing before. That should give us 100 degrees rich peak. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get George going here. Turn GPS steering on. We're going to correct 100 feet down. Well, it is hazier than what I thought it would be. Time to switch tanks. Fuel boost pump coming on. Poop. Right, left. And we used 4 gallons out of the left tank. Leaving us 24. We're on the right tank. Alright. Altitude hold. Okay, excellent. Reset the fuel timer. Looking good. Power settings are looking good. Speeds are looking good. Let's just go ahead and double check it. Go up E6B. The altitude is 4,500 feet. We're at 2,995. Outside temperature is 10 Celsius. Our calibrated airspeed 157. 168 knots. So actually we're doing a little bit better. 168 knots. That can't be right. Oh no, oh duh. Sorry, gotta switch to miles an hour, Mike. 146 knots, that's more realistic. That's 100, what? So, 157 miles an hour, see. Yeah, 146 knots. And I should be showing...
Bonanza 70 Tango Bravo, Quad City approach, Quad City altimeter 29906.
Actually, I gotta make an altitude adjustment here, or a temperature adjustment. Standard should be 7. That's nothing. We're 10.
Cardinal 30853. Try recycling your transponder again.
Minus 10. Yeah, see, it's less than a tenth. We're not even gonna mess with that. Okay. 70%.
Comanche 69er 28 Papa. Contact Chicago Center 135.6. Good day.
6928 Papa over to Chicago Center 135.6. Thanks, sir.
Cessna 672.
Brickyard 3473, contact Chicago Center 135.15.
Okay, we're supposed to be 147. We're 146, so I'll take that. That's for this plane. I'm 5 knots short of book.
Good morning, Chicago Center, Comanche 6928 Papa, level 4,500. 6928 Papa, Chicago Center, Burlington altimeter is 296. 2996, 28 Papa, thank you.
Alright, so guys, alright. We are in cruise, we're lean. Everything's looking good. Cylinder head temperatures. That's all looking good. Excellent. All right. So I did some questions here. I think we're only going to go through one, maybe two. We're 25 minutes out, and I got to start planning for an approach or a landing. So, one of the comments that I noticed, and this one was funny, because it's a thing with my with my local dialect. Somebody was complaining, and I saw it on YouTube, and I saw it actually on one of the boards that I follow. I can't even remember which one. This was a while back. But it was a complaint on the way I say Comanche. I will sometimes shorten it and say Comanche. And when I read it, I go, God, I do that. And it's not like Comanche is a single Comanche, you know, in a bunch of planes, or Comanches or something. Because Comanche is Comanche, whether it's a single or the tribe. They're all Comanche. So first when I read it, I was like, I jumped into Steve Martin mode, and I was like, well, excuse me, you know. But I thought about, why do I do that? And what I determined was, this area that I live in, we have a couple of cities that have different names. So, for example, we have a town we call it Milan, M-I-L-A-N, which is the same spelling as Milan, and that's probably where the name comes from. But we call it Milan. So I go, okay, you know, maybe it's just, and just up the river from us, just south of Clinton, Iowa, if you look at a map, there is a town called Comanche, Iowa. Now it is spelled, there's no E's, it's you know, it is Comanche, there's no O, I'm sorry, it is C-A, but that's where I get it from, is all my life, Comanche, Iowa. And there you go, Comanche. So, I ask you please to forgive me if I say the word Comanche. It is a Comanche, not a Comanche. So, I thought that one was funny. I got a kick out of that one. The second question is, what is your system for fuel management? And do you use a timer to remind you to switch tanks? I noticed that you only use one tank at a time, even though the 250 allows both tanks to be on at the same time. Is that because the 250 is a low wing, i.e. not gravity fed system, or for another reason? And do I ever use the tip tanks? So that is a mini part question. Okay, there are two schools of thought on this, how you manage your fuel load in a plane. In a Cessna, you're right, most people, it's a single lever, you can go left, right, both, or off. In a Comanche, there's two levers. I can run a weird combination. I can do right tip, left main, or both tips, or both mains. The only thing you can't do, of course, is both off, right? So, well, you can do it for a little bit, and then the engine quits. So, I was trained by Diane, my instructor. You always want to know where the fuel is in the plane. To do that, you have to burn out of one tank at a time and keep track of how much gas is left in that tank. That way, if I ever have some kind of feed failure where my fuel valve malfunctions, I have a tank collapse. We got to remember there's bladders inside these wings that are on clips that are hooked to the outside of the wing, or the skins, the back of the skins of Actually, I don't even think it's the skins. I think it's hooked to the spar. But if those clips fail because there's a vacuum in the tank, that tank, suction will collapse the tank. And you won't be able to draw any fuel out of it. And I want to know, all right, I know I got fuel, where is it at? So I run one tank at a time. I keep track of how much gas is left in that tank so that if I have a failure, a feed failure, a fuel feed failure, I know where do I got gas, and I can reach down and switch to that tank. Or if my valve somehow breaks or something breaks, I can know, hey, no, we're landing. Right now, shut everything off, we're landing. If fuel's pouring into the cabin or I can smell gas. I just call it a day, pick a field, put it down, shut the motor off, put it down. So the first part of that question is yes, you can run off both. You can run off all combinations. And in the twins, guys, they'll have 10 fuel tanks. So you're really paying a lot of attention to how much gas you're using out of each one. They have fuel tanks in the lockers. They have, because those are some serious, if your iron butt can handle it, you can go a long way in a twin Comanche. I did it again, see? Okay. Now, the second part of that question, it has nothing to do with the gravity feed versus pump. We have 3 fuel pumps on board. We have the engine-driven pump, and we have 2 electric backup pumps. If I lose the engine-driven pump, I reach down, flip on the backup pump. That's why you run the backup pump on takeoff and landing, is if your main pump fails, near the ground is where you do not want a fuel failure to happen. There is no wobble pump in the old planes. You used to have you could hand pump and pressurize the tank with a hand pump. There's nothing like that in these. We have three fuel pumps. Redundancy, right? And the last thing, do I ever use the tip tanks? I do, but rarely. Luckily, 100 low lead is very stable. It can sit in that tank for a long time. When I take a trip that might last more than an hour, hour and a half, I will put gas in the tanks and then burn a half hour. I like leaving about a half hour's worth of gas. There's about 7.5 gallons in each tip, because the airplane rides through the turbulence a lot better with weight out there on the ends. Mainly because, just like a tightrope walker will use a pole to be able to shift his center of gravity out, you can do different things with it. With an airplane, that tip helps balance the wing. Without the tip, all the weight sits here in the center, and you'll get a gust, and it might come from a slightly different direction, and that'll change your angle of attack on a wing, different than this wing, and you'll get one wing lifting, the other wing won't, because it's getting a higher angle of attack, and it just makes the ride not as nice. You got the weight out there that balances the weight across the wing. It's harder for that gust to lift that wing because of that, and you get more of a jolt, right? So in my 172, turbulence, because I was going slower for one, but turbulence was more of an elevator scenario where, whoa, up we go, and whoa, down we go. In a Comanche, it's more of especially Comanche with tip tanks, it's more of a jolt, boom. Now, part of that is, like I said, you're going faster through it. Part of it is a less high lift wing, where an angle of attack change on this is not as sensitive as a high lift wing would be. Secondly, now the downside to those tips is it changes BA, which is the airspeed at which, in extreme turbulence, I want to be at or below. And actually below, because BA at maximum gross weight is I should know this by heart, and it's on my note. I think it's 132 miles an hour, and I want to be below that. So I want to be down well into the white arc, 110 miles an hour. So as I normally fly. And that's like 17 inches of manifold pressure with the wheels up, or 16 inches of manifold pressure with the wheels up. If I throw the gear down, if it's really bad turbulence, you throw the gear down, because the gear acts as a rudder. It'll help keep the plane stable in the bad bumps. And there, I got to run 21 inches of manifold pressure, and I'll maintain at 100, 10, 150, 120 miles an hour. What you want to have happen is before that wing breaks or bends, because you got to remember we're loading the plane up, we're putting G. If I'm in bad turbulence, what hurts a plane is the G-force, where I get a sudden updraft, and the plane suddenly...
November 28 Papa, contact Kansas City Center 126.22.
12622 for 28 Papa, thank you, ma'am.
November 787 Delta.
Good morning, Kansas City Center, Comanche 6928 Papa, level 4,500.
Center 6928 Papa, Kansas City Center, hello, Quincy Altimeter 2996, maintain VFR.
6928 Papa, 2996, I will maintain VFR, thank you.
November 6928 Papa, also just verify you have the weather notice for Quincy Airport.
I have the notice, sir, I'm getting the weather now.
Okay, so... Alright. So, we'll get the weather here in a sec. So, I want to finish this up. So, you get a gust that loads the wing. It's just like pulling a turn or pulling up hard on the yoke. You add G-force. And when you exceed the weight that the wing can support, that wing will fail. And in rough, super rough, bad turbulence, if you're going too fast, that can happen. So what it is you slow down so that you're flying through the air at a higher angle of attack. And what happens when I exceed that angle of attack? The wing stalls.
32.65.
And you unload it. You unload the wing. The weight comes off the plane because the airplane pitches down and quits flying. So in bad turbulence, and I have never experienced this, guys, I avoid turbulence like the plague. But if you got into a bad storm or really rough air, you slow way down so that the plane is flying through that rough air at a high angle of attack. So if you get a hard gust, the airplane will exceed the angle of attack quicker before you bend the wing. That's what you do not want to have happen, is a structural failure. I'm a glider. If the engine fails, I'm a glider. I got a chance. You know what I'm saying? If a wing fails, you're in serious trouble. You're done pretty much. So keeping the plane intact is the #1 priority in super rough air, and you do that. You do that by not exceeding critical weight limits, critical air speeds. And like I said, super rough air, you throw the gear down. It helps with the turbulence and it slows you down. I've practiced it, I've taken it up, flown it, and it's harder to do than you think to get it to slow down and fly. You're piling in a lot of trim. And of course, I have been in rough enough air where it's hard to see the instruments, but I've never been in the super hard stuff, that's knocking you around or trying to roll the plane. Okay, so let's get the weather going into Quincy, and we'll get this, well, I got the weather here. Alright. 121. 425.
Quincy Regional Baldwin Field.
Automated weather observation 1354 Zulu. Wind 350 at 08. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 20 Celsius. Dew point 12 Celsius. Altimeter 2999. Remarks. Density altitude 1,500.
Quincy Regional Baldwin Field.
Automated weather observation 13.
Okay.
Kansas City Center, Comanche 6928 has the minute weather at Quincy.
28 Papa, Triple 7 Golf.
sir, you cut off there. I couldn't understand what you said.
Sir, 28 Papa, roger.
Okay.
JetBlue 123, contact Kansas City Center.
So we got to start down here in a little bit.
47, good day.
I hope this camera's got a decent view. The one that's pointing out the side. I'm gonna maybe just kind of pan back and forth between them as we're flying. I didn't know what to do. I don't quite know what to do with it. I watch, of course I follow other guys, and they point them into the cockpit and stuff, but I mean really the view is what's worth having here. And a lot of people like to see the instrument panel, and I do this, like I said, to promote Comanches. Great airplanes, really probably in the high performance retractable for the price that they're able to be found at, if you can find a good one that has been updated and maintained.
American 19.
They're really, they hit the sweet spot. Kind of like the 182 hits the sweet spot in the fixed. It does everything well. Nothing superb. Bonanza's easier to land. Bonanza's faster down low. Comanche's faster up high. Is harder to land. Bonanza, like a forked Bonanza as well, they've got an issue right now with their tails. They're trying to, the skin on them is a special kind of magnesium, and they're having problems finding it. The Bonanza Society is working on that. They'll find a solution. Matter of fact, they're offering a cash prize. You go check out the American, and you're an aircraft engineer. They're offering a cash prize to solve this issue. Or if you go look at Mooney won't carry as much, but they're more efficient. Their 200 horsepower 4-cylinder Lycoming they're just as fast as this plane, but they won't carry as much. Bonanza won't carry as much either. My particular airplane is just over 1,200 pounds of useful load. Without tip tanks, you're 1,000, which is about what a Mooney is, I suppose. Mooney's cabin is about the same width, but it's smaller. At shoulder height, it's about the same. But up here, and it curves in like this, has a smaller cross section. So it's a little bit tighter, but if it's just two people, it doesn't matter. And you sit farther down, your legs are more out in front of you in a Mooney, which some people don't mind. I wouldn't mind it, I don't think. I just like the room. I can sit a full-grown man next to me, and we're not rubbing shoulders. There's a little bit more room.
American 2428, contact Kansas City.
All right, so let's go ahead and start down.
2.65, good day.
Altitude hold off. A couple inches. And we're looking for, 500-600 feet a minute.
Southwest 3527, Kansas City Center, head low. Let me know if that changes.
Alright, let's see, we're going to take runway 36. We've got the weather, and we're looking 123 even. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly a little bit to the east to come in.
You have an amendment to your clearance. Climb via the speed, expect flight level or correction, expect the 1-1.
Okay, 1,800 foot pattern altitude. We are going to turn off the GPS steering. We're going to go back to heading bug. And we're just going to fly this way a bit. Actually, I got the field in sight because we're going to come in on we want to come in on a left downwind for runway 36. I will bleed out a little bit. Close the butterfly valve here and back off some manifold pressure because we don't want to pick up too much speed. We're going to land on the tank we're on.
JetBlue 2359, KNC Center Hill.
Kansas City Center, Comanche 6928 Papa, sir, with the field in sight.
28 Papa, Roger Squawk VFR, change advisory frequency approved, good day.
Over to the Squawk VFR, over to advisory, thank you, sir. Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, 13 miles north-northeast of the field, descending through 3,300. Be maneuvering to enter a left downwind, runway 36, Quincy.
All right. So our landing runway today is 5,400 feet long by 150 feet wide. Quincy's a great airport. Huge runways, going in 3 different directions. This is actually, if I was to come up and couldn't get into Moline, I'd aim for this place. Because no matter what the wind is, you can get in. Probably. They got approaches all going all directions. You know, if I had to pull up short somewhere. That happened a couple years ago coming back from... There's a video I did on that actually, coming back from Lake of the Ozarks. We went down 2 summers ago, I think it was. Anyway, there was a thunderstorm that was coming right through this area, or was a thunderstorm when I took off. And that was my pull up short if I have to spot. And as I watched that storm, I actually went over more towards Peoria, figured I could put it down there. The winds were nothing to worry about. But I was able to skirt around the outside of the storm because the lightning went away and it ended up not being a thunderstorm by the time I got up here. It was just heavy, heavy rain. And I just skirted around the outside of it. All right, let's keep our head on a swivel. We're looking for traffic. And we're looking for 1,800 feet as our pattern altitude. Landing weight today, just under 2,500 pounds, which puts us short final over the numbers 80, actually 77 miles an hour. So we're going to go 80 miles an hour. That puts us 90 on downwind, or 100 on downwind, 90 on base turning final. We'll put it down to 80. There are the bumps. Back out a couple more inches here. There's the runway. Make sure I don't see.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, 6 miles straight north of runway 1836. Be maneuvering to the west, come in on a 45 for the downwind to runway 36, Quincy.
Okay, coming up on 2,000 feet. Autopilot off. 2,100. There is commercial traffic. There's a big tower over there, but we're well clear of that. And there is commercial traffic comes in here. Now, luckily, though, they normally talk on the radio. Okay. 1,900 feet. Gotta get the legs down. Checklist here. Here we got gumps to go. Yeah, gumps to go.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, on an extended left downwind, runway 36, Quincy.
Okay, gumps to go. Belts. Okay, we're inside gear speed. 1,800 feet.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, left downwind, runway 36, Quincy.
Okay, let's get the legs down. You're coming down. Green light. Gas, undercarriage, mixture. Beam the numbers. We're looking for 100 miles an hour. We're going to start getting some flap in here. 100. Go. 2 notches in. And left base.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, left base, runway 36, Quincy.
Okay. Slow our rate of descent here. Now the wind is going to be pushing us away from the field. We're going to correct by crabbing a little bit. We're at 90, that's where we want to be. A little bit low. We're going to hold this altitude here. So gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop, speed. Oh, runway 36 is closed. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, turning final runway 36.
No, they're just yellow arrows. Okay, there's 90. We're all right. We'll come right back over to it. It's just the whole short. It's the line. But you look at that and you see the bright yellow arrows. I thought they were X's. I'm like, why is there multiple ones? There should only be one X. That's all right. We got plenty of room here. Gear is down. Okay, there's 80 miles an hour. Into the flare. All right, we'll take that. There's a lift. All right, left here on the taxiway. Little boost pump coming off. All right, that was a screwed up approach. Successful, but not exactly elegant.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa is clear of runway 36, Quincy.
Okay, now we got to cross over 422. Buddy on final, this would be what they'd be practicing crosswind landings on.
Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, crossing 422, Quincy. Quincy area traffic, Comanche 6928 Papa, clear of 422, Quincy.
Yeah, see right there is a United Express that comes in and out of here. Ooh, it's warm. Warm, 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 warm. You don't want to park me all the way up there, guys. I'm just going to the restaurant. I'll take gas if you're willing to pump it. It's cheaper here. Around, around, around we go. Okay, brake set. All right, everybody, we'll see y'all later. Bye.